Hey guys, welcome back. What we did last time was get our crawler set up so that it will go over every single link it finds and convert it to an absolute URL like this. So all of these links are ready to be used now. We can insert them to the database and we can start using them. What we're going to do now though is put a little bit of code in place that will recursively crawl. That means that it will go around once and find all of these, and then what it will do is it will go around every single one of these and then crawl that instead. So for example, it will start here. We did this one, it returned all of this. And then what it's going to do is go to this one, and then all the links it finds on that page, it's going to crawl and add them. And then once it's done that, it's going to go through every single remaining link and do the same thing. So it'll go to this link, find all the links on that page and store them, and then it'll go around to the next one, and then every single link it finds, it will do the same thing over and over again. This is called recursively crawling. Okay, so let's do that. So we'll have a lot more links than just this by the time we're done with it. Okay, so let's get started. Come back to crawl.php, and the first thing we're going to do is scroll up, and we're just going to create two arrays. So we're going to say already crawled. Okay, so these are the already crawled links, and it's going to be an array like this. So this is going to be an array which will contain all the links that we've already been over, so that we don't go over them again. Okay, so before we go over a link, we'll check if we've already done it before. And then the second variable we're going to create is called crawling, and this will be an array again. So set it to a blank array, and what this is, it's the links we still have to crawl. So it would have went through all of these, and it would have added all of these to this crawling array. Okay, and then we would have put this first link into the already crawled array because we've already done it. And then what we do is we go to the next one down. We take the next one out of this crawling array, which, like I said, contains all of these, and then we'd put this one inside the already crawled because we just did that, and then we just do it over and over again. So already crawled contains the links we've already been over, and crawling contains all the links we still need to do. So great, two empty arrays. Scroll down again. In here, we're going to write an if statement. So after we've created the link like this, underneath there, what we're going to do is say if, and then not in underscore array. In array is a built-in PHP function which checks if something is in an array. So we're saying if it's not in the array, and the things we're checking for is href, and then we're checking on already crawled. So we're checking if the href that we've just found is in the already crawled section. If it's not, so this is if it's not inside it, we're going to say already crawled empty square brackets equals, and then href. And empty square brackets like this in PHP, when you assign with an equals, it basically just says the next item in the array is going to be equal to this. So when you see this, it just means put it at the next item. Okay. And then underneath that, we just want to say crawling, square brackets again, equals href as well. So what this is doing is saying if it's not in the array, we're putting the href into already crawled, and putting href into crawling as well. And then after that, we would want to insert href. Okay, so we want to insert the href variable. We haven't done that yet, obviously, but we'll come back and do this code which inserts the links to the database. Yeah, that's it for that. I'm going to leave this echo here, but we don't actually need it, but this is just purely so we can see the output like this. It doesn't do anything for us, it's just for us to see. So you can leave it there, or if you want to get rid of it, you can. So underneath there, we're going to say array underscore shift, like that. So array shift, and then just put crawling. And what array shift does, it means take the next item off. So whatever item is at the top of the array right now, we're going to just get rid of it. Okay, so like I said, this crawling array is going to contain all of the links we still need to go over. So once we've been over one of them, we need to knock it off the array. We don't need that in that array anymore, okay, because we've already done it. So it just says knock it off the array. And then the very last thing to do is just to say for each, and then inside there, we're going to do crawling as, and then you can just say, I don't know, you can put site if you want. So this is saying go over every single element in the crawling array, and then every time the loop goes round, site is going to be that item in the array. So like I said before, the first time it goes round, site will contain the first element. The second time it goes round, site will be the second element. And then all we want to do is just call this function again. So follow links, which is the function we're currently in. You see, we're already in this function. We're going to recursively call it and just put site in there, which will be the URL that we got from the crawling array. And that's it. The only thing we do need to do though, and real simple, at the top, we need to specify that these are global references to the arrays. So we need to say global, and then already crawled, and then the same thing for the crawling. And the reason we're doing that is because this isn't in a class or anything. So we've just put these up here. So in order to reference these, we need to specify global. We need to say that any references to these variables inside of this follow links function refer to the global version of the variable. That's because these right here are what we call global arrays. I've specified them outside of a function. They're just there. So they're global arrays. Any of these functions can reference it. We just need to specify that any references to this are references to this version up here. Okay. So save that. So if I tried to access these variables without that, it would say that it can't find that variable because it doesn't exist. So make sure you have the global right there, and then refresh the page, and you should hopefully see it recursively call this now. So refresh the page. You may see some errors, I don't know, but fingers crossed we don't see any errors. So just let it do its thing. So I left it about 30 seconds to a minute, and it started to produce some output. And you can see the list right now is a lot longer. So the list is huge now. Just keep scrolling and scrolling, and it's still going as well. You can see over here it's still doing its thing. So you can see it's recursively calling this now, and some of them are crazy links. Look at that. So yeah, it works. We have some output, and it's recursively calling it, and we're ready to actually take these now and put them into the database.